Did you know that there are over 1 million family and friend caregivers across Alberta? It's a staggering number, and behind every one of those caregivers is a powerful story. These are people caring for parents, partners, children, friends, neighbors, and community members, often without recognition and sometimes without support. I'm Jonna Lowther, and you're listening to Behind the Care. This podcast is dedicated to caregivers, the unsung heroes who show up day after day with compassion, resilience, and heart. Together, we'll explore the challenges they face, the moments that keep them going, and the strength it takes to care for someone else while trying to care for yourself too. Whether you're a caregiver or someone who wants to better understand what caregivers go through, you're in the right place. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And now let's get straight into it. Hello and welcome to Behind the Care podcast by Caregivers Alberta. I am your host, Jonna Lowther. I'm excited to speak today to Karla Meggison. She is our guest of honor. And so we'll just jump right into the conversation here, Karla. Can you just tell our audience a little bit about you, who you are?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Karla Meggison. I am from Mexico City. I have living here in Edmonton for 13 years and a half. And I take one of my best decisions to roll into this career of caregiving almost 2 years ago. And that's, one of my best decisions I could make. I love my job and I love giving care to another people. So it's something that I really enjoying. I'm working for Nurse Next Door. I certified a few months ago as a healthcare aide. So yeah, like I'm saying, I enjoy what I'm doing and I'm just regretting why I didn't take this career before, right? Because I'm really enjoying. So yeah, this is who I am.
And we're talking today about the experience of what we call double duty caregivers. So it's individuals like yourself who are caring and supporting people living with disability, illness, or health-related needs, that you're providing care to individuals like that for your career, for your job, and that you also are doing that for a loved one in a home setting.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about that and who are you caring for at home?
Well, a few years ago, my first experience was with one of my paternal uncles who was dealing with illness and he was by himself. So we taking care of him at home, but I was the main caregiver because everybody else was at work or school. So I was with him 24 hours a day. At that time, I received a support from my parents, my siblings, cousins, uncles, but I was the main one because I was with him, like I'm saying, 24 hours a day. And 3 years ago, my mother-in-law faced cancer, and when they find out it was too late to be treated. So shortly after the diagnosis, she passed away. But I was, again, the main caregiver. And again, at that time, I have a support of his brother, his nieces, my mom. But yeah, like that's my two experiences that I can talk about from family members. And now I'm taking this as I taking this role as my job. So being honest to you, I'm not seeing this like a job. I'm really, really enjoy to do it. And I do it with my heart. And it's something that I'm really enjoy. Yeah.
That's not uncommon for the story you just shared about how you were a caregiver for a loved one and then weren't any longer
but then
Mm-hmm.
find yourself back in that caregiving role again for someone else.
Yes.
That's a story that we hear often as well.
Yes.
Would you say that those experiences, those personal experiences of caring for your family members, did it inspire you to look into a career as being a healthcare aide?
That's one of the reasons why I this called my attention. Uh, in the past, I experienced a very unfortunate episode. My husband passed away almost 6 years ago. So at that time, when that happened, you find yourself like vulnerable, right? And
Mm-hmm.
at that time, any help or any support your friends or your family can give you, that's crucial and that's very important, right? Because you need help, you need support, right? So whoever give that support to you, like, is more than if somebody does a job for you. It's like something that fills your heart, And after that, I mean, I know now from that episode. I know now what it feels or how it feels like to need care, right? Or to need support or to need love, right? So because I experienced that myself,
Mm-hmm.
now I think at the moment I start in this career, I really knew how it could be done, how it could be done in a way that really help people, really support people, and really make the lives of people easy or more manageable. So I think I came in this career at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it may not have been something that you imagined as a young child or a young adult.
No, years ago. Not
Yeah.
years ago. But life takes you so in
Mm-hmm.
the ways that you are not expecting. But sometimes life's open doors for you, like you will be surprised, you will like
Yeah.
it, you will enjoy it.
Absolutely. Well, my
Yeah.
condolences on the loss of your
Thank
spouse.
you.
That's a challenge. I mean, it's hard to lose a loved one, but
It is.
your partner,
Yeah.
it leaves an exceptional void. So
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
sorry that's amazing that you sort of took that experience and turned it into something that has made your life so much richer.
Yes.
Yeah. Understanding, walking a mile in the shoes as a caregiver really does help lend to understanding how others need that support.
Yes.
Our support staff, our caregiver coaches, and our staff picking up the phone and talking to caregivers across the province, that is the situation for them too. They either have been or currently are a family caregiver.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to relate to those experiences as a peer, I think, is crucial. I think it definitely speaks to the level of service that we're able to offer caregivers because we do understand.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So you're working for Nurse Next Door,
Yes, I am.
providing home care services.
Yes, home care.
Yeah.
So I'm providing home care services as a healthcare aide right now.
What does a typical day look like for you?
Well, my days start at 6:30 in the morning, and I get ready myself. Usually, I drop off my child to school, and from school, I run to my job. My overall schedule start at 9 a.m. in the morning, like in my job, 9 a.m. So it finish overall around 5 to 6 p.m. So after that, I run home to take my child to his after school activities.
Mm-hmm.
He's attending 4 sports. So I have Monday to Friday busy the afternoons after work. So I'm just touch base at home like around 9 p.m. So
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, we talked about this initially in our just meeting each other, that being a parent, And working full time is challenging. It's a little bit of a
Yes,
juggling act.
it is. It is.
Yeah.
But we can handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are strong women, right?
Right? Yes, exactly.
Oh, we can take it on. That's a conversation though that our caregiver coaches do have with our caregivers, which is so many of us in that role of being a caregiver. It is a juggling act. There is, the natural stress of life that comes with
Yes.
that, but then there's this emotional side of the stress, right? Where, and we don't always take the time to acknowledge that as
Yeah.
caregivers. And so, we kind of think that we can keep taking it on and taking more on, and just keep going. And some of that is completely out of necessity. Some people don't have, a support network sort of helping prop them up from the underside. And that's where we really see ourselves come in, and that where we can be of true service to caregivers who don't have those natural supports, that we sort of become those natural supports and part of that system of support for them. But yeah, I think that's a lesson. That's a tough lesson to learn on how we sort of take care of ourselves and our own health and well-being and our emotional well-being as caregivers, because sometimes we get really lost in that role. Can you relate to that?
Not really.
No.
I consider myself very blessed. Uh, First of all, to be working in the company that I am working, Nurse Next Door, they are great supporters for us. They constantly giving us coaching and providing tools, to help us to make easier our role and to help better to our clients. And they are being a great support. And in my, like from my opinion, they are being a great support from me. And I'm consider myself very blessed again because I currently having 5 clients from all ages. From my youngest is a adorable boy, a 3-year-old adorable boy, and my eldest is 98-year-old woman. So, oh my God, like each of them are blessed for me. I have a very good click with each of them.
Mm-hmm.
And to be working with them is, I don't feel it hard at all, or I don't feel in any point I'm struggling, or
Yeah.
no. Like
But in your personal caregiving journey, I guess that's what I was referencing, right? Because we're talking to caregivers every day about their personal caregiving. So relating to that flip side, is a double duty caregiver. You're caregiving for clients, but when you were caregiving for family, how did you balance? How did you take care of your own mental and emotional well-being?
well, the thing is, for me, in both cases, the focus is to help them to be good, to be safe, and if it's possible, to heal, right? Unfortunately, like you don't, well, like when you are working, you have the support or the advices from nurses, or they are the advices for their doctors, but in the personal experiences, you are guessing what is best for them, like just trying to find a good solutions for them. And you trying, but you try your best, and you try tools, meals, you try options, but not always work as you expect, right? So that's the hard part. Like at that moment, I wasn't trained for that. So you go by guessing, you know, trying to find out what is best for that person at that moment. But it doesn't always work as you expected.
What has been one of the most unexpected challenges you have faced as a caregiver, whether in your job, a professional caregiver, or as a personal caregiver to family?
Well, as a personal caregiver, my biggest challenge maybe was like with my mother-in-law, that she, when she was facing the illness, she was not tolerating like meals or food. So I knew she had to eat to be able to receive the medication that she was on, right? So I was trying to find like a good meals or what kind of juices I could give her that she could keep it. So the days goes by and she was not able to tolerate the food. So I was really worried, like the days going by and she's not eating what she's supposed to have to eat. So maybe that was my biggest challenge at that moment, because when people is sick, one of the most important things is food, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
to get good meals. So that was not the case, because whatever we tried, she was not able to get it. So maybe that was my biggest challenge.
Do
That,
you find that you've drawn on those personal experiences as a caregiver and brought any of those learnings into your professional career?
well, the good thing now is that, like I'm saying, now I have the proper training. Now I have tools, I have advices, I have tips, I have many resources at my hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
in the past, no. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing, like I wish I could have the chance to go back and to use the experience that I have now, to use it with my loved ones.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I know I will not be able to keep them with us, but at least maybe their journey will be easier,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What piece of advice or encouragement would you give to someone just starting out as a family caregiver?
First of all, to put in your head that if they are needing you, is because they are walking in a journey that is not easy for them,
Mm.
right? So,
That's a lovely way to put that.
yes,
Yeah.
I mean, try to do your best because they need, and because you can give something with your heart, and you can make the journey easier for them or more manageable, hoping they can heal, and hoping they will be one day be able to handle on their own. But if not, you will know that you help them to make it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I can tell you're very heart driven.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think sometimes as caregivers, speaking from my own personal experience, we can get really caught up in the tasks that so our loved ones needing these additional supports and help,
Mhm.
often with daily tasks, eating, for instance, or dressing or mobility, trying to move from one spot to another, or understanding information for those who are supporting people, with neurodivergent challenges. And I think we get caught up in the tasks of accomplishing that work of helping
Mhm.
from a headspace and not always recognizing where we're helping and supporting from a heart space. So
Mhm.
I love that you sort of brought that forward to acknowledge and recognize, because when we offer ourselves from our heart space, that can be very healing.
Yes. Well, considering that, I mean, I always try to be in the shoes of the client. Okay. First of all, being myself a client, for me, will not be easy to have somebody in my house, like, like
Yeah.
handling my house or going up and down. It's something that will not be easy for me, right? So if they open the door of their house to you, that's a big thing that you should appreciate, by starters, because
Mm-hmm.
they are open the door to their lives yeah, because maybe they need it, maybe not because they want it, because they need it, but still, right? And make sure as a caregivers we honor that, right? And we be grateful with that, that they are trying, they are trusting on us,
Mm-hmm.
right? So don't to honor that trust and make sure you will try to do your best to honor that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're right. I mean, letting someone in your personal space puts you in a vulnerable
of
position.
course, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And we're not good at asking for help as human
no,
beings, you
no,
know?
no, no, right?
It's hard to admit we need help.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, some of those natural challenges that can occur, conflict is just sometimes over that emotional balance, right?
Yeah, and because that impacts not only the client but their families as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Talk
their
more about
families
that.
are not,
Yeah.
yeah, the families are not in that vulnerable position, but they are still dealing, right, with the presence of a, let's say, a stranger in their house, right?
Right.
So yeah, so yeah, that's a big thing for me, and I really grateful for that clients that open their hearts and their house for me. And yeah, I will always make sure try to do my best for them.
As a professional caregiver going into those spaces, I'm sure you have many situations where you're supporting a client, but you see the
Yes,
family caregiver there as
yes,
well.
yes.
Yeah, do you see that it's sometimes hard for them to let go and let you help?
um well, yeah, but I can understand that because all they want is their family member to be well, to be fine, right? So when they want to interfere, yeah, I taking in a good way because they are doing with their heart, right? They
Mm-hmm.
are not doing to take something off from your hands. They trying to add something to
Mm-hmm.
to help the client to be better, right? So it's always good to be to be advised and to hear advices because I mean they know their family member maybe more than us, so they know their
Yeah.
likes. They're not expecting to us to perform better. Why not, right? It's always welcome, right?
Yeah, what you're talking about there is really partnering with the
Yes,
family to provide
yes,
better support for the client, right?
yes, yes.
We're part of the co-design team that has worked on a caregiver-centered care education, and that's
Mm-hmm.
education modules out of the University of Alberta. And it really is about teaching healthcare professionals how to partner, how to be that partner, and use the family members, the family caregiver, as a partner in care when they're working with someone, whether it's home care, whether it's acute care settings, long-term care settings. And so there's a lot of conversation in that space about how do we be a better partner with the family caregivers so that we're providing a better quality of life for the loved one living with illness, as well as a better quality of life for the family caregiver.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's why I was mentioning a while ago, how happy I am and how blessed I feel because in my situation, all my the families of my clients are making a good support, and I think we together we are a great team.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
means a lot, because you feel welcome, you feel comfortable working, and when you feel that in that way, you can give more, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, so that's why for me, this is such a nice experience, working with the families as well, because they are being a great support for me.
Well, that is a lovely way to sort of close our conversation, talking about that symbiotic relationship of caring from the heart and creating that really that sense of family, like you're joining families, almost as a
Yes.
family member, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Well, thank you, Karla, for talking with me today and sharing your personal story as well as your professional story of what it's like to be a double duty caregiver and the learnings that have come out of that and the enrichments that it has offered your life. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much for having me, and I really appreciate the opportunity that you guys giving me to share my story. And I hope uh, like another caregivers, another healthcare aides can have a good experience, in their daily duties. So thank you so much for letting me join.
Absolutely.
A big thank you for joining us on Behind the Care today. We hope this episode offered meaningful information and support as you navigate the many ups and downs of the caregiving journey. To stay connected with resources, stories, and support for caregivers across Alberta, be sure to follow us, Caregivers Alberta, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Caregivers Alberta is the province's only nonprofit organization solely focused on supporting unpaid family and friend caregivers. Since 2001, we've been empowering caregivers through both group and one-to-one programs, education opportunities, and community resources. With over 1 million unpaid caregivers in Alberta, we ask, who's caring for the caregivers? At Caregivers Alberta, that's our purpose, to care for and elevate the voice of caregivers so their role remains sustainable, supported, and recognized. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time.